Alright, so today is March the 9th. Week is 3 days over. We have 2 more days left. This is my first month that is going reasonably well. To be honest, I've just been firing on 0 cylinders for about 2 months. And I think on a personal level, I've had a lot going on too. So this week, I had some good trades. I actually sized down. The main trade would be IMPP, which was on yesterday, and I did fumble it completely, but I'm glad I still got a piece of it. So just to review it, IMPP basically ran from 1 to 9.7 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Massive runner. And there was tons of them to choose from. There was INDO, there was USA, CEI, so a huge sector move, and they all got wrecked the other day. And with these plays, one thing I'm happy about is in the past, usually I take a big loss the day before. So I took no loss the day before. Good thing I was able to recognize when to avoid it. I didn't even touch it on this day, which I was happy about. Bad thing was that I didn't get as much as the meat of the move as I knew I should get. These runners typically give back 50% of the move on the first day, and sometimes way more. And this one was one of the ones that gave back way more. So where I went wrong was 2 things. I guess I started in pre-market. Right, I shorted right at 7. I put on half, and then I added some around 7. I think I had 2,000, and then I took half off when I crossed 750, and then I took the rest off around 8. Then I just let it go. I didn't touch it, and then right off the open, I shorted all 2,000 of my shares at 880, which was a pretty good entry. And then at that moment, I saw it bounce, crashed. I got in about here, and then it bounced. And as it was fading, I told myself if it can't get over 840, which was a pretty important level pre-market, as you can see here, that I should add size in. So it fell down and it just went into the halt, and then it bounced a tiny bit, and that I guess should have been my add spot, but I never added. Then it went down again, halted again, and I got out all in the 640s, 680s, I believe. And I had told myself my target should have been 5s. And it did come right down to 5.5, which is where I was going to get out. And then I just took it off radar, which was a big mistake because it bounced right up to the 750s, which was green to red, stuffed, and then it went all the way to 3. So that was disappointing. It had more meat. I knew it was going to go at least halfway, and I didn't stick to my goal. But finally, good to get a nice trade on, something that I've been training for, and that felt good. Then I took some early trades on BTU, which in hindsight, they weren't that bad. It had the massive panic the day before, and this was the day that IMPP and all the other oil stocks crashed. And I shorted it up too early, around 23s started in, and then I added to full size around 24. I covered all into this dip, tried it again, got pushed out, and then it had this $4 collapse, which is pretty frustrating to miss. But I added a tiny bit more at the close, and then I took it off out here for pretty much break even on that stock. And I had one more trade on CEI, which was after it had this massive panic and a 30 cents bounce, I shorted it, and then I covered into the 1.16. So that was a good trade. It's nice to get on the right side of some trades, and I'm just going to be patient and wait for either another overextended multi-day runner or a bounce short or some kind of gap up bounce short, something I have high conviction in, and I'm just going to be patient because the month has started well and there's no reason for me to push any buttons at all. The only real stock I saw that looked kind of interesting was this, REVB. It's had a big run today. It closed decently, didn't give it all back. You can argue that this is a big slam, but on the daily, if the daily will work, yeah, I could totally see it gapping up and pushing out at this level. That would be a nice gap up, down short. So that would be something I would trade tomorrow. Has not a huge amount of resistance, but has enough to play if it gaps up on light volume. Other than that, hopefully the oil sector will have a bounce maybe next week or something. But for now, I'm just going to put on the brakes.